Student, good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum. Hope all of you are doing well. I am also very well today. So join the class as soon as possible, mentioning your name, roll number, section and seat. After a long time of vacation, we meet again with online class. This is the first class of science after vacation, Eid vacation. I hope all of you have completed the second midterm syllabus, chapter 1. Good afternoon, good afternoon. 3, 4, 9, 10. Second midterm chapters of 3, 4, 9, 10. 3, 4, 9, 10. Already completed. 3, 4, 9, 10. External morphology of plant, chapter 3, chapter 4, respiration, chapter 9, heat and temperature, chapter 10, phenomena of electricity and magnet. Phenomena of electricity and magnet. So it will be better for you and me if I repeat again about the exercise chapter 9 and 10. Then we will continue, or we will start new chapters after completing second midterm syllabus. Okay. So today I am giving some brief, discussion about chapter 9 and 10. At first I will start chapter 10, page number 111. Chapter 10. Sorry. Phenomena of electricity and magnets. Electricity is lightening our home, school or office. It helps to run fan, radio, television, iron, heater, motor, computer and many other things. The use of magnet has also flourished our daily life like electricity. In this chapter, we will discuss different phenomena related to electricity and magnet. After studying the chapter, we will be able to explain the property of charge, to explain conductor, non-conductor and semiconductor, to demonstrate the properties of change through creating static electricity, to explain how current electricity is produced from static electricity, to prepare a simple circuit, to explain the use of electricity in daily use machine, to differentiate between magnetic and non-magnetic substance through demonstrating the property of magnets, to demonstrate the process of preparing magnets from non-magnetic substances, to explain electric magnets, to explain Earth's magnetic field. So next lesson 1 and 2, origination of charge, how charge is originated. We know that elements are composed of many small particles. It is called atom. Atoms are composed of electron, proton and neutron. It has nucleus at the center, which is composed of proton and neutron. Electrons move round the nucleus. Proton is positively charged. Electron is negatively charged, and neutron is neutral particle. But it is interesting that the atom itself behaves neutral. Atom is neither positive nor negative. There is no charge in atom. What is the reason? The reason is that an atom contains similar number of proton and electron. That is why atom is charged neutral. When two matters are rubbed, electrons from one substance can move into the other. Thus, the number of electrons can be raised in a substance. Now, let's give an example. A glass bottle has been wrapped with a piece of silk cloth. It will be seen that silk cloth will attract electrons towards it. For that, the bottle will be positively charged and the silk cloth will be negatively charged. So, it is clear that no charge is created because of rubbing. Rather, the existing charge of the matter, change of the matter moves from one to another. Property of charge. Now we can definitely understand that how charge is produced. Now we will see what type of properties are shown by the charge, positive and negative. For that we will do the following work. Knowing the properties of charge. Necessary equipment: 2 combs, woolen cloth. Method: hang a small comb by tying it with a ribbon on a dry stick. It should be hung in such a way that it cannot touch any other thing. Now hang one more plastic comb on another dry stick so that it can move freely. Now wrap both of the combs with woolen cloths for some time. Now bring the combs close to each other. What do you observe? The combs are repulsing each other. Now bring the woolen cloth close to the comb. It will attract the woolen cloths. Demonstrating properties of charge. Necessary equipment: 2 balloons, ribbon, woolen cloths or sweater, piece of paper. Method: tie the 2 balloons with ribbon by blowing them up. Now rub the balloon with woolen cloth or sweater. Bring it to the pieces of paper. It will be seen that the balloon will attract the pieces of paper. What is the reason? The reason is that rubbing creates charge in woolen cloth and balloon. What will happen when the first balloon will bring to the second one? You will see that 2 balloons are going far from one another because the rubbing has created similar charge to both of the balloons. Could you take any decision from the above work? Yes, 2 decisions can be made from this. Charges of same nature repel each other in terms of 2 balloons and 2 combs. Charges of opposite nature attract each other, woolen cloth and balloon. So, existence of charge. Lesson 3. Now we will prove that the existence of charge through an easy experiment. Work. Proving the existence of charge. Necessary equipment: a plastic comb, a plastic newspaper. Method: take a portion of newspaper and cut it into pieces. Now spread the pieces over a table. Now could you tell what will happen if a plastic comb is brought to those pieces of paper? Now bring the comb to those pieces of paper by rubbing it through woolen cloth. You can also rub the comb with your dirty hair. Could you tell what will happen and why? You will see that the pieces of paper will jump to the comb. Here the plastic comb has become negatively charged by receiving electron from woolen cloth during rubbing, which leads to the attraction towards the pieces of paper. So, that means the origin of electricity, how electricity is produced or charge is produced. Here we know matters are composed of many small particles. and the smallest particles of elements. Elements are composed of very small particles. The smallest particles of element is called atom, and in atom there are atoms are also composed of electron, proton and neutron. Electron is negatively charged, proton is positively charged, and neutron is neutral particle. So why atom behaves neutral? That means it keeps itself standstill or at rest or no movement, because the positively charged and negatively charged are balanced in the atom. I mean same charge of electron and same charge of proton. Number of protons and numbers of electrons are equal. That's why it is balanced. It behaves neutral. So let us see the property of charge. What is the property of charge? Property of charge means features of, characteristic of charge. How charge is acted. I mean how charge behaves. Here one experiment is given. You two combs with a stick, with a rope, with a dry rope or dry stick, you hang, tie with a ribbon on a dry stick. It should be hung in such a way that it cannot touch any other things. That means separately you hang it, then wrap both of the combs with woolen cloths. You wrap with a woolen cloth or sweater. After some time, if you bring the combs close to each other, what will you feel? What will you see? You will see that they are not attracting, they are repulsing. That means going away each other. They are not touching each other. They are detaching each other. I mean driving away each other. Right? Because of similar charges of similar properties of charge. I mean negative charge. Because of negative charge, because of positive charge. If the two objects are of same charge, they cannot attract each other. But if the two objects are of opposite charge, I mean negatively charged, negative charge and positive, proton and electron, then it will be attracted each other. Demonstrating properties of charge. In the same way, like the experiment, earlier experiment, the former experiment, tie the two balloons with ribbon by blowing them up. Now wrap the balloon with woolen cloths or sweater, bring it to the piece of paper. It will be seen that the balloon will attract the pieces of paper. What is the reason? The reason is that rubbing creates charge in woolen cloth and balloon. What will happen when the first balloon will bring to the second one? You see, two balloons are going far from one another because rubbing has created similar charge to both of the balloons. Am I right? So the properties of the matter: charges of same nature repel each other, drive each other. In terms of two balloons and two combs, charges of opposite nature attract each other, woolen cloth and balloon. This is the properties of charge. Negatively charged and positively charged. Existence of charge. How charge exists. How charge creates. How charge is created. Let's see third experiment. Take a portion of newspaper and cut it into pieces. Now spread the pieces over a table. Now could you tell what will happen if a plastic comb is brought to those pieces of paper? Now bring the comb to those pieces of paper by rubbing it through woolen cloth. You can also rub the cloth which you dry here. Could you tell what will happen and why? You will see that pieces of paper will jump to the comb. You comb your hair with a dry comb. Then after combing, after 2 or 3 times combing, you will bring the comb into the piece of paper. Then you will see that the pieces of paper will attract to the comb, and attach with the comb. Why? This is because of existence of charge, right? Here the plastic comb has become negatively charged by receiving electron from woolen cloth during rubbing, which lead to the attraction toward the pieces of paper, negatively charged. And the next lesson is lesson 4, conductor, non-conductor and semiconductor. Conductor means you see when you travel from Dhaka to Cox's Bazar, Dhaka to Potuakhali or somewhere your native village, you see in your bus service, coach service, you see conductor. Do you know what is the meaning of conductor? I mean helper to driver. we can also say them conductor, because he or she conducts the management of the bus, of the service, of the train, of rail, of airport, everything. Conductors. That is supervisor. We can also say supervisor. But in science language, I mean in science term, this conductor, the word conductor is not indicated here. Conductor is which conduct electricity. I mean medium, the object which can pass electricity, which can carry electricity. That is the charge, carry charge. That is charge. Conductor. Non-conductor means example of conductor is wire, aluminium wire, copper wire. What type of wires? I mean what type of wires are used for electricity, for wiring circuit in our house? I think copper wire. So copper is conductor of heat and electricity. And non-conductor, plastic materials. If plastic materials bring to the current, I mean electricity, some electric object or electrified object, there will be no attraction, it will block. It will be inactive with the electricity. That is called non-conductor. Plastic also, for example, metal, especially silver, copper, aluminium, a new form of carbon, graphite, conductor through carbon, is a non-metal. Electrons cannot move freely in atoms of non-conductor. It can be, yes, by rubbing. By sides, if electrons receive or left, it can be, for example, plastic, glass, rubber. Through these substances, through this material, electricity or electron cannot be moved freely. At low temperature, the semiconductor behaves like non-conductor. It behaves like conductor when the temperature increases. So semiconductor, it carries electricity partially, partly, not fully. But here it is mentioned that at low temperature semiconductor acts as non-conductor, but at high temperature semiconductor act as conductor. Germanium, gallium, etc. are the example of semiconductors. Right. Next lesson is lesson 5, producing current electricity from static electricity. From the previous experiment, we have seen that the plastic comb attract a small pieces of paper after being rubbed through woolen cloth. It will not attract the small pieces of paper if it is touched by hand. What can be understood from this? It has been understood that there is no static electricity in the comb. Where has that static electricity gone? This electricity has gone to the ground through hand from the comb. The electricity which flows through a body from one place to another or one method to another is called current electricity. Here it is important to remember that a specific and little amount of charge is produced because of rubbing. This charge moves to the ground just after being touched with hand or metal. The flow of electricity stops when the charge is finished. Thus the flow of electricity is created for a while. To continue this flow, the continuous supply of electricity from any source should be ensured. We will have more idea of it later on. Lesson 6, simple circuit and its use. The flow of electricity needs a part like man needs a part to move on. This part of the flow of electricity is known as an electric circuit. For example, if we walk, how do we walk? We walk through road or path or footpath. Similarly, electricity or electron passes through a path that is called circuit. So without circuit, electricity cannot pass through. Without orbit, the earth cannot rotate around the sun in the solar system. Am I right? Generally, the complete path of flowing electricity from the positively charged end of the source from the negative, from the positively charged end of the source from negative is called electric circuit, positive to negative. Generally, bulb and battery are connected with wire in this circuit. When they are connected, the circuit completes. The simple circuit is shown in the following figure. When you connect a battery with a wire, then you will see that there is complete circuit is created or produced. Lesson 7 and 8. Use of current flows. Light and heat can be produced from the flow of electricity. Even various works can be completed through using its mechanism. Now we will introduce you to the uses of electric bulb, torchlight, iron heater, electric fan, and photocopy machines are example. Electric bulb. We all are familiar with this bulb. Two thick wires are placed inside the air-free or neutral gas-filled airtight bulb. There is a coil of very thin tungsten wire inside an electric bulb. The coil is called filament. This bulb produces a lot of heat when it is connected with the electric source, and this filament of bulb emits a huge amount of light. Torchlight. We all are familiar with the torchlight. Two torchlight. There is a small bulb with the battery in torchlight. The light turns on when the switch is on. To spread the light, a glass is used in front of it. Electric fan. In electric fan, the flow of current is used to do the mechanic activities. Here the electrical energy transferred into mechanical energy to rotate the fan. A regulator is used to control the motion of fan. So these are the example of use of current flow. Electricity flows. Electric heater. Many of us are familiar with two electric heater. There is a round disc made of non-conductor in the heater. A coil of nichrome wire is arranged in the coil. The wire becomes hot if electricity flows and radiates much heat. In our house, this electric heater is used to cook food. Electrical iron. The structure of electrical iron is like electric heater. Here the nichrome wire hits the smooth lowered iron made surface. The production of heat depends on the flow of electricity. If flow of increases, the heat of iron will increase. So these are the example of electricity. Flow of electricity. The technology of science with the achievement of electricity, right? Lesson 9 and 10. What is magnet? Electricity. This chapter is all about electricity and magnets. I mean different terms. Magnet is also related to electricity, but this is different things. So basic of magnetism and basic of electricity here. I hope all of you have understood about electricity because of flow of electron, and the part the electricity passes through is called circuit, like the part or the road which we walk through or travel. I mean, which is traveled by vehicles or transport. Similarly, the electricity also passes through a part like circuit. And another example already told you that the orbit, which the planet moves around, that is called orbit. In case of electricity, that is called circuit. In case of vehicles, transport, road or highway or part, right? So in the next class we will repeat the magnet lesson 9 and 10. Okay, so this is all for today. Thank you for joining my class, watching my videos. I hope those who are absent today, they will watch the video, listen to my lecture at their convenient time. I cordially request them, those who are absent today. So thank you for being with me. Best of luck. Assalamu alaikum. Goodbye.